Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and as I am talking here, the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is speaking to, every time I watch this guy speak, I literally feel sorry for this poor guy. You can see, look at his face right there. You can see the look on his face. I've used the example before of the movie Vacation where the son is talking to Chevy Chase, and Chevy Chase has just been busted in the pool with another woman, and his mother's mad, and everybody's mad, and Chevy Chase is explaining to his son. He tells him this whole crazy story about what he was really up to and how there wasn't anything going on and all this, and the son looks at him and says, "Do you think Mom will buy it?" And that always makes me laugh, because that is what I feel like when this Federal Reserve Chairman walks out and gives his talks. And today, Zero Hedge as he has been speaking, they've kind of summed up all of his different comments. So I was just going to go through these. Powell, inflation will come back when maximum employment comes. Fed's guidance, very strong, very powerful. We have the best guidance in the world. And then as you keep going along, economy may need more fiscal monetary support. Powell reiterates Fed has lending powers, not spending powers. In new normal, rates remain closer to lower bound, blames the virus. Social distancing has helped slow viruses spread. Full economic recovery unlikely until people feel safe. And then they say, remember, Japan has like 50 CPI measures. The Fed will do that next to justify no inflation until 2023. And then it goes, okay, I think you get the gist of it. They're leaving interest rates where they are. They're not going to raise interest rates until, I think they said 2023. All right. I wanted to show you something yesterday, and I can't remember if I touched on it today. We were talking about Jim Cramer and how all of a sudden he's been taking notes. Anthony Pompliano interviewed him and talked to him, and Jim Cramer, all of a sudden, he's taking notes, and he finally gets this Bitcoin thing, right? That's what we're supposed to believe. I don't buy that at all. I think Jim Cramer was literally activated. This guy has always worked for Wall Street, period. And there's video to prove it. This guy, he talks about, I played you a video a little while ago about how one of the tactics he said that they use, and they've always used on Wall Street, is that you want to get this rumor going. You want to spread this rumor and all that. I showed you the video where he said it. Okay. So these guys play the game. All right. Well, I wanted to show you how many viewers he gets. According to Nielsen ratings on July 7th, 2008, the show had 228,000 viewers for his 6 p.m. airing. And 133,000 viewers for his 11 p.m. broadcast. March 9th, 2009, the show had 328,000 viewers for 6 p.m. and 176,000 for 11 p.m. So you can kind of see his numbers there, and you just need to remember, this guy's talking to traditional finance. He's about to turn and start telling them that digital assets are okay. And that's a big deal. Doesn't matter what his reasons are. Now, I want to show you this, folks. Mr. B, he was in the conference that I was talking to you about, the Link To conference. And in the Link To conference, he had shown a clip on his show that I had not shown you yet. And so I wanted to show it to you. He was showing the video of Tim Draper where I asked him if he owned XRP. But then he shows another clip that I haven't shown you yet, and I'm going to show you right now. But go and it's Mr. B XRP. Give him a subscribe. He's almost to 20,000. I think you guys are going to help him get there. All right, and listen to this clip. Listen close. It's a good one.
Invested directly in XRP, which I think was absolutely huge to hear. Tim Draper is an absolute monster. So he was doing a debate with Greg Kidd. It really wasn't a debate. They were really just talking about digital assets. All right, I've got some more video for you from this conference that I'm going to play, and I got a couple of short clips here. So I'm going to let them roll, and then we're going to talk about them.
Make a great point around the deflationary forces of labor arbitrage and maybe that coming to an end. And I'm, for what it's worth, I think
Miguel Valles, by the way,
wholeheartedly that we've kind of jumped the shark when it comes to our inflationary policies. And, the idea that we'll ever get back to the late 90s when we were running a surplus and talking about paying down the deficit. I mean, all you hear about is, the deficit doesn't matter. It's fine. It'll be fine.
And the pandemic has
that's Bill
tripled and
Saris,
quadrupled that
who
problem. We haven't
is with Link 2.
Not experiencing it yet. And people ask the question, well, when's the next crypto jump going to be? And when's the next, that's why is it going to be? Well, there's no way that we can permanently stay away from inflation while we keep giving out trillions of dollars and having to print more dollars just to pump up the U.S. economy. It's happening around the world too, and in other economies, and that's going to lead to inflation. And when that does, the last time we went through that kind of inflation, as JP was saying, back in the Jimmy Carter era, and Reagan came in with Reaganomics, it helped us to stabilize a bit. But we're not going to stabilize again through those kinds of methods. We'll stabilize because there are cryptocurrencies now. There are such things as XRP and Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I mean even gold as a standard. As soon as Elon Musk gets out into the outer atmosphere and starts mining gold off of all the asteroids that are circling the Earth, I mean gold still is an expandable supply.
Hang in there, guys. You got to hear what he says about XRP.
Supply. It's fixed. The same with XRP, and that's when you're going to see the true jump. This is
CEO of Link 2, Bill Saris.
In April, that Bitcoin would be 250,000, and XRP, they're trading in the 20 cents, and people wondering, well, that's going to get to 30 cents, and it goes back to 25 cents. There'll be a day that you'll be looking at it at $25 and saying, hey, I could have bought that back when it was 20 cents, or I could have bought that when it was 25 cents, and that's really the degrees of what's going to precipitate out of the inflationary policy.
I love it. So Bill says.
So there you go. And look, we're not crazy. This is not our imagination. These are sophisticated guys. These guys are out in Silicon Valley. They're not just saying things like that. This is what we've been talking about for how many? I mean, almost 3 years now. You can't, what they're doing is crazy. I just showed you what they're talking about at the Federal Reserve. This craziness has been going on for so long. You just can't, at some point, the game's over. And I believe that they're doing it, and it's a design that they know that they're going to have to roll this to something that makes sense. I believe digital assets are that answer. Now, Jonathan D. sent me probably the biggest news since I got into crypto. This right here, folks, and let me remind you all, what have we been through for the last over 2 years? I can't tell you how many people that have told me that traditional banks either wouldn't open a business bank account for them because they were in the blockchain space, or have closed their bank accounts because they were buying digital assets on Coinbase or something like that. It actually happens. It has happened to a lot of people. And the reason they did it is because these banks were scared. I remember watching Brian Brooks from the OCC on a banker conference about a week or two ago. And I think I can't remember if I showed you guys clips or not, but he actually made a comment about how a lot of the banks and the bankers around the country were nervous about what he was doing in trying to get banking charters for fintechs. And that's what it's all been about. A lot of them have been scared to death, and they have been trying to kill crypto, closing people's bank accounts and all of this. Well, this right here, folks, look close. Write it down. This is the day. This is the day. Kraken just broke through. And you need to understand what happens after this. Now, this is what breaks down. He just broke down the wall. Kraken did. And I don't think that it's a coincidence that Kraken was first. No, this was in Wyoming. Okay. But the OCC is going to allow this on a nationwide basis, is my understanding. But Kraken just broke through the wall. I remember when we were playing basketball growing up, we would play 21. And if you broke the ice, that meant you got your first shot. And once you got your first shot, then you were on the boards, okay? Well, they broke the ice. Kraken broke the ice. And when the ice gets broken, now everybody's coming. And I don't know who's going to be next. I don't know if it's going to be Coinbase or Uphold. In fact, I did a poll on here. I'll show you in a second through Coinbase, Uphold, and Binance.us out there. So Kraken is the first through the door, becomes first crypto exchange to become a U.S. bank, winning approval Wednesday from the Wyoming Bank Board. Now, I wanted to show you what this means is that now all of a sudden you're going to have a bank where people can go in and they can take their U.S. dollars and buy crypto. And what is it this is Kraken's trading pairs. What markets are they in? Where's the most money flowing? 96.09% is in the XRP Bitcoin trading pair. If you want an idea of where the money is going to go. All right. Now, I'm not going to read through this whole thread, but I just want to show it to you because Marco Santori is Kraken's chief legal officer. He says, Kraken just won approval to create America's first crypto bank. World, please meet Kraken Financial World. Wait, a what? Kraken is a bank? How did this even happen? Allow me to threadeth. It all begins on this island called Yap. Hey, actually, it begins in Delaware. You might remember back in 2016, the Delaware Blockchain Initiative, in an effort to build a bridge between a U.S. state and the crypto industry. We announced at a consensus keynote that year, CoinDesk Delaware. Then Governor Jack Markell made a joke about being Satoshi. He laughed. The audience laughed. Somebody did an ICO in the background. It was a simpler time. Anyway, the DBI had several goals. Anyway, he goes through this whole thread on everything that led them to here. So congratulations to Marco and congratulations to Kraken and congratulations to Jesse Powell of Kraken because you guys just cracked the door down and here we go. Now this is from Frank Chaparro. Kraken FX just got the green light from Wyoming to launch a crypto bank. Here we go. Listen up.
Have a very special episode for you today. We have some breaking news out of cryptocurrency exchange Kraken. We are talking to Marco Santori, the crypto lawyer. He is the chief legal officer at Kraken, and he is going to be talking to us about some breaking news out of the cryptocurrency exchange. Today, they are announcing that they have approval from the state of Wyoming to launch a crypto bank dubbed Kraken Financial. It's going to be regulated by Wyoming's Division of Banking as a so-called special purpose depository institution. So basically what this new bank is going to allow Kraken to do is engage with the financial system without its own intermediary. It's not going to have to rely on third-party banking providers. Kraken's bank will be its bank, and in the future, at some point in the future, it will allow them to expand their product suite. They'll be able to launch things like interest-bearing accounts. They'll be able to maybe do some things with stocks and other opportunities down the pike. So we have Marco here to break down what exactly it took to get to this point, what it means for the crypto space broadly, and we're going to dabble into some other things, I'm sure, maybe some DeFi and the like.
Anyway, so he must have interviewed the Marco Santori, the legal guy for them. But look, I mean, folks, if you ever had a time that maybe you want to cry, this is it. Because we've been right. We've been damn right. And guess what? It is on like Donkey Kong. You may not see it in the price today on CoinMarketCap, but today we know that you are going to see it. Okay, that is what is so huge about this. Now, this was the email that went out to their customers, apparently. Additionally, because of our position as a bridge between crypto and traditional finance, we will offer the following crypto-focused services in our first year of operations. This is the big one, folks. Digital asset custody. Because, look, all the people that laughed at you for the last few years and said you were crazy for buying crypto, all of those people, they were able to laugh at you because we didn't have that one thing that traditional finance has always had, and that is when you buy a stock or you put something in a bank, you don't worry about it because it's got a custody, it's taken care of, and you don't have to worry about it. And Wall Street and the banking system spent years to get things in place so that you had that peace of mind. Nobody has had that peace of mind with digital assets until today, because today we know that this digital asset custody means that somebody's going to have their butt on the line, and that means you're going to get your peace of mind. You're the old people, or just the people that aren't technologically savvy, who have not invested in this stuff yet. They're going to be told that they can now go in these banks and that they don't have to worry. They're not. It's going to be for the last 7 years. It's been marketed intentionally, in my opinion, by the traditional financial media as this scary thing for money laundering and all. And we all knew it was not true. We all knew it was a lie. Now they're going to turn. It's not a coincidence you saw Jim Cramer change his tune within the last couple of days. Now they're going to turn, and they're not just going to say it's okay. They're going to sell it. I've been selling it for over 2 years now, but they're going to sell it. Now they're going to sell it. And now that they sell it, remember, these are the guys, now it's okay. I've said it for over 2 years. Now it's okay. Now it's legitimate because we say so. That's what you're about to get. And I'm happy to go along with that. I'm fine with it. I don't even want the credit. That's irrelevant to me. What's relevant to me is lives are about to be changed for the better. Okay, what else? They're going to have wire transfer and funding services. We anticipate support additional services over the next few years. Enhanced digital asset custody offerings, digital asset staking, interest-bearing accounts, trust account and administration, a complete online and mobile banking suite of products, a debit card that clients can use to spend their crypto funds, other services for corporate clients, account management, bank comfort letters, deposit verifications, proof of funds attestations. What that right there means is proof of funds. That's going to lead us to being able to get car loans, mortgages. That's where this is all going, folks. That's what we're talking about. So here's the poll. Kraken FX is now a bank. Who's next? Coinbase, 60%, Uphold 25%, Binance.us 14.3%. Then there's this from Caitlin Long. Remember, I always forget what organization she's with. She's the founder of Avanti BT since 2012. Governor Gordon appointee to Wyoming Blockchain Select Committee. She's a Wall Street veteran. Anyway, she summed up, because Wyoming is the state she's been helping. It's official. Welcome to Wyoming. What a win-win for crypto in Wyoming. As of now, Kraken has a U.S. bank charter, 100% reserves required, audit required, custody via legal bailment, no rehypothecation type of bank. She goes on and on and on here. I'm not going to go through all of it. Now, I want to give you a little reminder. It's all connected, folks. Everybody's connected in this space. Remember, Jesse Powell, who started Kraken, was also one of the first investors in, you guessed it, Ripple. This is Jesse Powell on stage beside Chris Larson back in 2014. I'm just giving you a little reminder that everything's connected. Ripple's in the game. Kraken's in the game. Coinbase is in the game. All these guys know each other. They've all been working in conjunction over the years.
That's a kind of a long story that goes
Jesse
back
Powell, Kraken.
13 years. But prior to starting Kraken, I was running a company selling virtual items and currencies for online games like World of Warcraft, Gold, Magic Swords, and Diablo. And I just read about Bitcoin in March of 2011 and realized that it solved a lot of problems that we were having with payments in that space. Just fees on microtransactions, chargebacks, kids not having wallets, not being able to pay international suppliers. Bitcoin solved all those issues, and I knew that people were already spending World of Warcraft gold on real life services and goods. So Bitcoin just made a lot of sense to me. I had a feeling that it was going to be a huge deal. And I was sort of looking for something else to do anyway. I'd been in that business for about 10 years. And Bitcoin just seemed like the right thing to get into. It was exciting. It was going to be world changing. So I left my last company to start Kraken. And at first we had a couple ideas of what we wanted to do. We did a mining pool.
All right, I won't show you any more of that. I just wanted to show you he was there from the very beginning. Now and then another thing came out from CoinDesk today. Proposed Bermuda bank Jewel has tapped Anchorage to provide digital asset custody services. So what you're seeing right now through that Kraken announcement and these major custody services are stepping to the plate. The one thing we have not had, folks, the custody part of this has been a nightmare for all of us. We've been talking about Ledger Nano S's. We've been talking about Coinbase vaults and all these different things, different ways. We've been having to figure out where to go, while the institutional investors, they've been able to just put their crypto somewhere with an institution and not worry about it. The rest of us have been out here trying to figure out how this was all going to work and how to keep our stuff from being stolen until all this went off. And you're about to have your options. You're about to be able to walk into that bank and do this and get it done and store it and not worry about it. Now, I want to go shift to the economy now. Bloomberg, job losses at global banks now top 60,000, on course to exceed the almost 80,000 disclosed last year. And then there was this, I tweeted this out. It's a Yelp data shows 60% of business closures due to the coronavirus pandemic are not coming back, is basically what it was saying. And I said the fact that the stock market is up even a second is mind-boggling. This doesn't end well. With all these layoffs, folks, I want to remind you, iTrustCapital, they did this little article, the three ways to fund your iTrustCapital IRA. And as you go down here, you can transfer an existing IRA, roll over an employer plan, or contribute new funds and create an account. But this is the one we want to focus on. Any of you people out there who are being laid off and you want to get some exposure to this space in a either tax-free or tax-deferred environment, this is it. If you got laid off from an employer, you could roll over one of these plans, 401k, 403b, TSP, 457, some pensions. You need to contact iTrustCapital. In the description of all of my videos, there's a link and a coupon code where you can get a month off free with these guys. So go in the description and find that, and you can go and contact these guys. There are more layoffs going on right now probably than in my lifetime. And so this is a horrible thing that's going on, but this is one of the handful of silver linings, in my opinion. Okay, like, for example, Perfect Symmetry tweeted this today. What are the odds that your knowledge of the cross-border payments industry acquired thanks to your investment in XRP and the digital asset investor videos lands you a job in Western Union in the middle of the biggest financial crisis ever known to mankind? Congrats to me. And I told him congratulations. But this reminds me of a story that, and this is for any of you out there that have gotten laid off. And I'll just pass this along. I listen to you. A lot of you know I listened to Earl Nightingale a lot growing up. Still do. One of the stories that Earl Nightingale told in one of his videos before, or one of his audio tapes, that back then they were tapes, he told a story of a guy that he knew that went through the Great Depression. And he said the guy never had a hard time finding work because the guy would go, he wouldn't just go in and ask. He said everybody was asking for a job, but they were looking at it the wrong way. He said that this particular man, what he would do is he would decide what company he would like to work for. Then he would go and he would do all of the research on that company and find out what is the thing that company needed more than anything else. And then go in to talk to that company about how he could satisfy that need. Here's how I can help you sell more XYZ, or here's how I can help you do this, this, and this, whatever it is that company and that owner needed more than anything else. And for that reason, he was satisfying the need. What it is that he quit focusing on, I need a job. And he focused on what does the company need. and he went from one success to the next. And what a great illustration. And I feel like that's what Perfect Symmetry did here, is he took his knowledge of what it was that was going on and went and displayed to Western Union what his knowledge might be able to do for that company. And I think that's a great thing. All right. Now, Mojaloop Foundation. Today we welcomed Phony and Ripple, Phone P, and Ripple as sponsor members, and Gory Digital SA as promoter members. Our newest members will support the advancement of the financial inclusion mission of Mojaloop. And then Ripple retweeted this out, says, we're proud to continue our partnership with Mojaloop as a sponsor member and help create a more inclusive future for everyone and everywhere. I think this is the Bill and Melinda Gates thing. Now, I was sent this from H. Bar Bull, and this goes under the category of scary. Listen to this. This is a guy from the Pentagon.
Meanwhile, in space, Moscow and Beijing have turned a once peaceful arena into a warfighting domain. They have weaponized space through killer satellites, directed energy weapons, and more in an effort to exploit our systems and chip away at our military advantage.
If you don't think that the satellites that are being sent up into outer space are for reasons other than just 5G, think again, folks, because look to the skies, because there's a lot going on up there. Hey, if you haven't gone and gotten your Unstoppable domain, this is in the description of every video I do. Tim Draper was talking about how awesome it was yesterday. He was, and this is something I haven't really talked about, but with your Unstoppable domain, you also can have a website that's completely decentralized. Nobody can take it down. And today I got an email from Unstoppable Domains saying that you can also use your .crypto domain. You can use it as an email address as well. I think I read that right. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that you're just not cool if you don't have an Unstoppable domain yet. And I told, as you saw yesterday, maybe I told Tim Draper that I own YaleFootball.crypto, and he said his dad played there. I thought that was pretty cool. Thanks for listening.
Every day, billions of people around the world are mocked, ridiculed, laughed at, and embarrassed by their friends, family, and even strangers. These people go through their days knowing there are secrets being kept from them. They hear the faint whispers behind closed doors. The information and knowledge is held very close and only shared with others who were fortunate enough to find out. Feeling lost, rejected, and ostracized, these people give up, never finding out what digital assets the digital asset investor holds. But there is hope. Join the free Digital Asset Investor email newsletter and find out what digital assets he owns each month, including investments he's considering. Click the link in the description of this video or go to digitalassetinvestornewsletter.com. Put an end to your days of gloom and depression. Join the greatest free digital asset email newsletter ever created.